Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to make something that's probably going to be really annoying to do, and I'm going to struggle a ton, but it should hopefully be fun for you guys to watch me struggle. So basically, let's make a calculator or some sort of system that automatically calculates the trajectory of the projectile. So you just aim somewhere and it will calculate how much elevation for the gun should do. Now, I already have the equation made for this, so that shouldn't be too hard. And theoretically, it should just be I have the equation, I just made the whole logic system for the equation, and it just works. Now, knowing Trailmakers, that's definitely not going to be the case. So, let's just try it. The concept is simple. Let's just start with making the base. I have a feeling it ain't supposed to be doing this. Just a feeling. Okay, we have something. Never mind, I'm gonna fix that issue, and then we will continue and start with the sensor system. Are you done? Good, okay. So, now we just gotta get a sensor and just start working on the system, I guess. You can watch me and I'll speak as I work. And hopefully this all makes sense to all of you and to me. I think it matters more that it makes sense to me than it does to you. Because otherwise we are not getting anything done. Okay. Firstly, I'm going to grab a gun on here, not for the purpose of doing anything except aiming. Because it will make aiming a lot easier. Alright, that should be good for the gun. Let's just set a max angle of 100, I guess. So whatever ratio a signal sends it, it'll be out of 100. So it'll just be the angle essentially. If that makes sense. If it's giving me degrees, then it's out of 100. So just don't worry about it. So if it's let's say I have to get 30 degrees, then I'm gonna send a signal of 0.3 into it, which will turn this 30 degrees because it's out of 100. Make sense? Good. Alright, we have that reticle. Now we need a sensor, so we'll put the sensor here. Now we'll need an angle sensor. The wobbles are back. Okay, let's see what's causing these wobbles. Okay, so let's say I'm aiming here. That's 183 meters away and with an angle of negative 11.94. Okay, this will work, I think. Comparison gate. This will check if it's negative or not. And we'll just set that as the green stream. So all the green gates are for the Y, negative positive checking. The distance times sine theta is the Y, and distance times cosine theta is X, right? Should be the case, if I'm not mistaken. So this is theta. We need distance, so that'll be from here, and we need sine, and we need multiplication, so we need aggregate. We have an aggregate block. This is going to be also red stream. Okay, this one will be set to multiply, product, great. Now I need to send this into here, and I need to send this into a sine and a cosine. Okay, I guess we should do different colors then. Yellow will be X, I guess. This one will be yellow, or cosine, I guess, for X. This goes into here, and this goes into here. This also goes into here. Now, what value does this give us? This should give us a value that we like. It should give us the X value, theoretically. 22. Distance is 22 point. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, great. Now let's do the same, but with cosine. Or sine. My bad. This one will be this. I did some misclick. This will be orange. Orange. Yes, that orange. So the orange, and you are going to be a sine. Sine function. Great. Now you go into here, and you go into here, and you go into here, and you go into here. Now we should have both the x and the y. Why am I so zoomed in? X and both the y. Alright. Fix the angle there. 73 meters. That's 2 meters of elevation, 2.8 meters, and 73.3 meters of distance. That looks about right. Hello, Botnak. Why are you here? Okay, I guess we don't need necessarily the... I guess you don't necessarily need the whole calculator thingy for close range encounters, but I would prefer not if they shut me up. So let's move here and continue our work. Great. Now we have the x distance and the y distance. That's one of the values we need. The other thing we need is... Actually, no, we have everything. Because that's all we need to measure. And we know the speed of the projectile. We'll set that into constant. We need a constant signal for the projectile speed. That's what we're doing. I'll just grab you. I will turn you pink. Yep, that works. And you send into a arithmetic gate. That's also pink. And you are going to multiply that by around 76.4 meters per second. So we'll multiply this by 76.38. 76.4 is fine. 76.4. But that will be our constant signal for the cannon speed, which will send in everything. So now we have speed. Now we have to build our equation. Also, I guess gravity would be nice to throw in here as well. So let's just make one more of this. Now we need to throw all these values that we have into an equation. That sounds very fun. Firstly, let me pull up the equation so I have it like beside me and we can work on that from there. Okay, I will need to inverse 10 everything, but let's just... Okay, how do we start this? See, I haven't really tried making equations in Trailmakers logic. So I guess we should start by each step and then work our way up to the biggest part. So v squared. This thing squared. Well, okay, to be fair, we never need v itself, we just need v squared. Okay, so you go into here. And now let me just see if this is doing everything right. So, number display. And you are going to tell me what number this is outputting. 5.8 times e to 5.8. Yeah, that's about right. I'm pretty sure that's the right number. Yep. Okay. So that works. So we have v squared. Now we're using... It's a plus minus, so it's a quadratic equation. We're using the minus because minus will give us the lower angle instead of the higher angle. Because, you know, if I wanted to like hit that over there, I can either aim like a little above that, or I can aim a lot above that and like lob it over to the target like a mortar. We're just gonna aim for like directly because less travel times, you know. So we're gonna use the minus. So v squared minus, and now we need v. Well, I guess we can have another thing for squaring this. This one will be green again. We're reusing the colors now because this is different. Okay, so this is the power of 4. This will be our number. Now we need g times x squared. So we are going to have to square x and multiply by that. So let's do that. You will go here. Now, great. Now this will be our term for g times x squared. Now we need a term for 2 times y times v squared. V squared is this. So now we need 2 times that times that. So I can just send in the constant 2, which I'll make another one of these for. You are going to be set to 2. I'll send you into here. should also be into here. Okay, so now I have 2 times y times v squared. Now I need to multiply this and this by g. Okay, this will be in sum. Right, you go into there, you go into there. Great, that's our sum. Now you are going to go into a multiply. Great, this now is our whole g time. Actually, I have to send this in as well. G, yep, that's you. There. Okay, this is our whole g open bracket gx squared plus 2yv squared close bracket, that term. We gotta subtract that from v to the 4. We need v to the 4 minus this. You are just multiplying by -1. Great. For all constants, we just use these. You also get set into there, because this whole term is now going to adding this term to the v to the 4. So that'll be, but it's a negative now, so it's v to the 4 minus this term, essentially. Great. Now, let's put another one of these. We need addition, so we'll need one more of these. And you are going to be a new color, because we're making another step here. You are going to be the color this. Great. You go into here. And I'll need v to the 4 to go into here. V to the 4. That would be you. No. That's v squared. It'll be you. V to the 4. Now we just square root that. And we should have the whole term under the square root. No, right now we have the term under the square root. Now we just square root that. So function, are going to also be this color. And you go into here. And you are going to be the square root function. Great. Now we have that term. Now we need to multiply this term by -1. Okay. We are done with the square root term and the negative. Now we got to multiply that by... Now we got to subtract that. Yeah, we got to subtract this. So we need another aggregate. And now you are going to be a new color. You will be dark green. I'm going to send you into here. I'm also going to send v squared into here. You are v squared, you get sent into here. This should be the sum of that, and this is negative, so great, we have everything on the top. We've got to divide this by gx. My throat is kinda sore now from constantly talking for the last 53 minutes. It's been 53 minutes of recording, like on the recording timer. But we have this. Now we gotta do inverse 10 on this, and that should give us the angle. This should work. This should give us the angle. I haven't tested any of this, but I don't know how I would test any of this. I guess unless I guess I could test. We'll test it if anything goes wrong, because I know how to test individual step. I should probably just test it step by step, but whatever. Inverse 10, right? I need you to be inverse 10. So I will take the same color as you, and I will grab a functions. You go into there, and you will be arc10. Yes, arc10. Great. They should give data. Number display. If this does not give me data, I'll be sad. You know, that's it. Okay, I was about to say that sounds like a reasonable number, but actually that's not very far away. Okay, we'll fix it at that distance. What is data telling me? Data telling me I should aim 11 degrees up to hit there. Does that sound... Okay, I forgot one massive thing. Oh no! I forgot to do the whole angle thingy. No. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. Why? Why? Where are you, why? 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 You are Y. You I sent into here. You're not Y, you're X. You're Y. You I sent into here. This guy took Y, it took 2, and it took V squared. Okay, I will need you to not send into here. Instead, I will need to make a condition. So, we will take this guy. So this will send a signal, unless this sends a signal. This will now be sending a signal of 1. So if this sends a signal of 1, that means it should send a signal of 1 when it's a negative angle, because this calculation works with negative angles, I think. I'm gonna confirm that on my calculator real quick. Give me 1 sec. Okay, no, I was wrong. Okay. So if this sends a positive value, okay, this is just a direct value, okay. Y should be the actual, like, straight up elevation, no flipping around or anything. So if the elevation is positive, if I need you to send that positive number, if this elevation is negative, then you will send a negative number. So you're going to be responsible for sending the negative number. So you're going to sit back up there with that guy. Now you two send into a multiply. So only one of these will send out once. Okay, this is going to multiply by 0 though, so that's not going to work. My brain's processing. Give me a sec. OR gate. OR gate. I need an OR gate. OR gate. Where's OR gate? You all go down. I need OR gate. OR gate. OR gate. You are my OR gate. Not that color. You are my OR gate. You go into there. You go into there. This should now either have a positive or negative value. It should never have a 0 value. You get sent into there. So now this will not mess up. And you get sent into there. So now this will multiply Y accordingly. Now let's put Y back in the equation and it should work. It should theoretically give me the right angle. And now it should work. 8 for Y and 76.4 meters for distance. Wait, what? It's 30 meters away. Why is it give? Oh no, I'm looking at that. 37.83. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. I was looking at the wrong stuff. Great, I have my speed, my Y and X. Let me throw it in the calculator and see if this gives me the right number. If it does, give the same number as 14.81, then we are happy. It works. Okay. I'm getting 14.816, which would be 14.82, but close enough. It works. It actually works. What are you doing? I fail to understand what you are doing here. You should be getting... Why are you getting number 5? Okay, that explains why you're not doing your thing. You're rotating 100 degrees because you get a number above 1. Divide by 100. You get sent into here. And here. This is 27. I divide you... Oh, it's 100 divided by 27. Oh, I see what you're doing here. Why, game? Why would you do that? Why? Whatever. I guess we're not doing that. We're gonna do something slightly different. Because I remember having the same issue with the thingy. Remember the hovercraft stabilization? I did the same mistake, but this was with subtraction. Now it's for division. Whatever, not the end of the world. I need a number that sends. You said -1, right? I don't need you. I need to send this. I need to do 100. 1 over 100. Yeah, I need to multiply by 1 over 100. I can do that. What's 1 over 100 again? 0.01. I need to multiply by 0.01. I can do that. Yeah, you You're not dividing anymore. You're multiplying by 0.01. No, not by 0. Okay, never mind. This guy doesn't like rounding. Never mind. Instead, I will be taking the number. I'll be going down here just for this one thing. This is okay. I'll be taking the number 100. For that, I will need this gate. We are going to be multiplying by 100. So this will give out the number 100. I will send you the always on input into there as well. So this will give the number 100. Now 100 is going to be sent into functions block. I could actually do time. No, I'm not bothering with the functions block. And this function block will take the 100 and no, I need to take one of these, my bad. It will be going into another arithmetics block. The arithmetics block will take the 100 and do power x to the power of constant and multiply by to the power of -1. So now this 1 over 100 is now going to be multiplied up here. One over 100 gets sent. Well, this gets sent into here, and not there, here, and the 1 over 100 also gets sent into here. Now, we should no longer have that issue. I might in the future make it work on non-level ground, which, I mean, shouldn't be too hard to do once I think about it, but I think this video is already long enough, so I'm not going to bother with that. But in the future, I might do it, so yeah. Let's just put something here, like our mega drill. This cannon should work. I just got to aim directly at the mega drill with that smart cannon. And I'm going to have a separate command for firing the smart cannon. E. So I can actually see where I'm aiming a bit better. Let's aim like up, right there. Right there. Okay, fixed cannon. This cannon is currently detecting a distance of 105 meters with that angle of 5.71, which gives us an X distance of 105.22 meters, 23 around, and a Y distance of 10.51 meters off the ground. Okay, now factoring all that in, we calculated the desired angle to be 10.85 degrees. So it will remove it up 11 degrees because rounding. And now if I fire the cannon, this should hit right where I was aiming. Where did that shot go? So we are aiming at that mega drill, obviously, with a distance of 93.4 meters approximately, and a angle of 6.37 meters. So it calculates that to be a 92.82 meters in like distance and 10.37 meters off the ground height. So the whole calculator processes all the information to calculate that we need to be aiming at 10.9 degrees, which it rounds to, well, 11 degrees, unfortunately. So the cannon should hit where we are aiming. Boom. Okay, I think some cannon variability might be at play because it just missed. So cannon might not be aiming directly, but it does work. If I just aim right there, it should calculate the right cannon angle to hit where I'm aiming. Almost. It actually goes really high for some reason. The numbers are right. The game, not so much. This is what I feared. But I don't think there's really anything we can do about this because I checked the numbers. They are right in the calculator. I'm not messing anything up. Okay, so it's not very accurate. It doesn't really work all the time. Okay, so I kind of ended the video saying that it didn't really work. But actually, this is the next day. I'm just taking thumbnail pictures and all that. And I realized I think I might have made a mistake in that the rotation point for the cannon was set like all the way up there instead of where the actual point should be with the aiming servo. So it might have been messing up the rotations because I would look. You see that cliff all the way over there where I'm aiming at? I can fire a cannon shot from here and it will hit that. And it seems to be like working just fine now. So I think I might have just been my mistake in placing the rotation point wrong. There we go. There's the hit. So yeah, I think the system works. Don't mind the smart cannon bullet going down. That was actually a bullet drop. But where my sensor is aiming, that's where this cannon is going. Should hit any second now. Yep, there we go. So this system does actually work. I was mistaken. Like, look at that. Perfect. The system works. I just realized also there's a slight cap for the distance at like 650 meters, something like that. Because over there, you see that rock over there? I tried hitting that, and the projectile would despawn before it gets there. But other than that, this works great. So, my bad for doubting you, system. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This was a long one. It was full of logic, and I'm really happy the system works. I just wish the game would actually work the same way, because I know for a fact I'm not making any mistakes here. Like, the numbers are right. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was an interesting video to make. And subscribe if you enjoy this content. Tell me if you want to make more, if you want me to make more logic stuff like this. This was quite fun. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Like if you enjoyed. And join my Discord if you want to give video ideas, I guess. Well, you can also do it in the YouTube comments. But, you know, my Discord server is fun. It'll be nice if we get more people here and it'll be more active and all that. So do that. But I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.